They don't have one study Bible in their language. And it creates chaos because there's no common denominator for the ministers to learn from. So a lot is left up to self-evaluation.
We began almost 5 years ago when I was asked to take over a project for this country. Then about 4.5 years ago, in January 2011, we began the actual translation.
ქართულ ენაზე ეს პირველი პროექტი არის ასეთი. ღვთისმადლით გვაქვს ქართული ტექსტები, რა თქმა უნდა, რამდენიმე გამოცემა იყო აქამდეც, მაგრამ როგორც ასეთი სასწავლო ბიბლია არ ყოფილა ჯერ.
God laid this country on my heart. Immediately I began to help with the Bible school. And then we ended up helping build the sanctuary, finish the sanctuary. Then we helped with the youth center. Then is when I came to the understanding that they did not have a study Bible. And I've never done a Bible, didn't really know where to begin. To find someone who would do the text as well as the commentary, we were unable to find. So I called Norm Edwards and asked him would he be willing to step out with me and us do this Bible. Norm responded to me that he's with me.
The first challenge is that we did not have a Bible that we could use legally. So we had to obtain a draft copy, a discarded copy from the Swedish Bible Society.
I wrote a friend of mine, Mark Green from Hobby Lobby, and told him our project and what we were doing and that we were raising $300,000. He called me about a week later and asked me where he would like for him to send $300,000. That's when I want to get out of my car and run, because God supplied the funds before we ever started the project.
The second part, we had no commentary, and God opened up the way for us to secure it from Dr. Jack Hayford and Thomas Nelson Publishers.
I was told it would cost somewhere between $50,000, $75,000 up to $100,000 for study notes. Then I called Thomas Nelson. After a few weeks, they got back with me, and anticipating somewhere between $50,000 and $100,000. They told me they would let us have 10,000 Bibles for $4,700.
When we went through Genesis, we understood that whole book will be needed to be revised, so we did it.
I've been interpreting now for almost 18 years. I would never be able to do what I do or what we've done, with the biblical texts, without having an experience, that I've gained, throughout these years. Even looking up some Greek and the Hebrew words, you depend on English because you read the definitions in English, because we're not, the scholars. There is a consistency in wording. For example, when you use the word faithfulness in one sentence, then the word repeats itself in another sentence. That's what the scholars did. They followed consistency, which we've never had, in our tradition of translation. In the same word, it uses like synonyms, in other sentences.
We used several Jewish translations like Mechon Mamre and other Orthodox translations. All the Georgian so-called Tzcheturi translation. We had synodal Georgian, Russian, Greek translations, many of English translations. We never reject any kind of translation because there were situations very difficult. We could not understand the content, or we were not sure that that's it, what we did exactly, what is expressing Lord's will. So we were digging in many other modern and old translations to discover what is the truth.
We try to bring it up to a next level. Since it's a first Bible that we worked on, we cannot afford, for it to be a thought translation. We did not allow ourselves to interpret anything, We don't even have softwares, to check the grammar spelling. For the first time, we have maps with the Georgian scripts on it. No one has given us a single digital file of anything. So the text had to be retyped. Comments have to be retyped. When you look at the commentaries, you see a lot of symbols there, like a sword or a dove. We didn't have any of that. I'm not saying we've done a perfect job on it. I think there's still room to work, but what we've done I think is very, very significant.
We're feeling each other's abilities. We help each other to fulfill this project, and we became a very strong collaborative team. Without any of them, I'm afraid that it could not be possible to fulfill this project. So thanks to God for every member of this team.
You have faith, but then you come to a point when you realize there is something divine about this book. When you study it, this is like there is no return point, because there is no doubt. Everything that I believed, is based on something very, very real.
Biblija ეს არის წერილი ღვთის მოცემული ადამიანების მიმართ. მიმართნი რაც უფრო მეტად იქნებიან ადამიანები განათლებული ბიბლიური კუთხით და რაც უფრო მეტად შეინაცნებენ იმას თუ რა უნდა უფალს, უფრო ნაკლები იქნება ეს პრობლემა.
My hope for the project will be that when people engage this Bible, they will be amazed, absolutely amazed, about the clarity of the Bible, the clarity of the biblical text, the understanding. They will be transformed by reading the Word of God.